So this album starts from Leh on a fine Friday morning when I just arrived on the airport and straight up took a scooty at 7 in the morning and climbed up this particular road that leads to Kargil. And then you can see the highway goes down, and there's this particular road. It's actually almost an off road that I did climb with the scooty and start getting signal somewhere around here at just 11 a.m. when there was a meeting. And this was in direct line of sight uh, with a particular village here. Yeah, this one had some geo towers, so I got a signal here, and that was very fortunate. And then after this I went again and descended down the main highway. This further leads to Lamayuru, and this is Fortula, so there's great views from here. And then I decided to turn back and lead myself to this side valley which leads this is the Sangam of Zanskar and sorry, this is not the Sangam, that's at Chilling. This is another valley that further leads to Zanskar through another short route. So yeah, I did go from Vanla to Sheila as well, and then this particular route also had this trekking route also had some sort of uh, off-road kind of possibility, so I went there as well. And here inside I went to Fanjila, stayed here, and the mountains in front of this are really colorful. So the main portion that I wanted to explore was this particular area, and as you can see I've written some exclamation of this place. So I wanted to trek down this area, so I did to some extent, and after which the path was really bad, it was almost all broken. So here from here on you can continue inside this narrow gorge to Hanupatta, and then this starts opening up a bit. So these are really heavily serrated mountains, and there's a couple of trails that go from here. So this is New Gutsela that leads up. This is really nice. And then this road further leads to Sirsirla, and then descends to Fotoksar, and then climbs again this whole valley to Singela, and then further descends to the main Zanskar valley. So what I've done is basically explored this area first, and from Fanjila there's another valley that goes back into the mountains into Ursi, and from Ursi you can get a great view of the mountains in front of Fanjila from a distance. And then I also descended back and went to Hinju on this path. So you can see this is basically I'm going deep inside every valley possible. Then I returned here, and yeah, I think I took the Lamayuru path again, climbed Fortula, and then descended back here and went to Kanji. So again, this was a very colorful valley. This whole mountain, as you can see, is like has really beautiful formations and colors. And I trekked a bit here as well to some extent, and then came back. There are a couple of trucks that go from Kanji and then they descend into Zanskar Valley. One of them is Kanjila, which is a very very popular route in the 1980s and today as well. So then I returned back from here and then went again on the main highway. And from both Kharbu, yeah, I think I went inside this valley and then trekked further ahead to encounter these vertical mountains here. These were insane. Then came back and went inside another valley as well. I think there was another road, yeah, this one. So I think I went inside this valley as well. This was a bit of an off-road experience. Then I came back and climbed up this particular road, and this is a like this climbs really really high, and this is a village called I think Stakche. So from Stakche you get a whole lot of views on all sides, and this is an amazing viewpoint. So I was here till evening and I descended at night, which was a bit dangerous. Then I stayed somewhere further ahead, yeah, somewhere here just before Khangrel. And now this road leads to Kargil if you go via this side. But I turned here, and then this is a very old valley. I think, yeah, so I went inside this and then started taking up this road that leads to Kaksho Pass. So it's a long winding road. Uh, it's not exactly clear which path it is. And then there was another road that leads up from here, which is not even on fat maps. So this was another 10 kilometers of a detour. Yeah, so this whole road is not, it's visible in the satellite view, but it's not marked. So I went all the way. Yeah, this is Pacharik. So again, the views from here were amazing. This whole mountain comes to life from this viewpoint. uh, so I came back and then descended further ahead, and then this is leading into the Aryan Valley, which is very close to the border. And then I could have explored this whole area, but it needs a inner line permit. So then I turned back and followed this road back to the main highway, and then returned to Khalse. From here on, I further went inside this particular valley. Again, this is humongously colorful, as you can see on the maps. This is just all kinds of colors, and this leads back to Skindyang, and then I climbed up this Gompa as well. All of this is happening while I am working from home, and like I'm searching for geo signals as well, which is usually present, but it was not there in the Aryan Valley that I just showed. Yeah, after this, I think I descended back via, yeah. So I wanted to take this route now. So this is the Sham Valley route. So this particular road was closed. So I came here, and then, from here, I think I started climbing. So now there, you can see that there are three different sub valleys here. So I went inside this Tia, and then I trekked a bit too. This one leads to glaciers, and then this will further lead back to the Karakoram side. Then went inside this valley as well. Then went to Ang, stayed there for the night, and then took another trip from Ang up this mountain. And this is, again, this will be a great viewpoint because it's on a vertical cliff that has been cut, and the views from here are of the entire valley. And this is again a very popular trek route in Sham Valley, and there are very colorful mountains here, as you can see. I have a lot of pictures of this place. So that leads to Hemistric Pachan. Then I further took this road and descended to Yangthang. And so further there was one small route, I think, that I have marked from here. Yeah, so Dakmar Stupa. So this is our trek route that I climbed. It's almost vertical, 500 meters. So from Dakmar Stupa, the views were great. And then I further descended down back to Yangthang, and then from here you can turn back around and join the main valley at some point. From after here. So at Busgo, I attended a particular meeting at office, then further decided that I'll go back to Sangam and then join this valley that leads to Chilling, and this is the main Zanskar river. This, if you follow this as on a Chadar route in winter, which is basically the frozen river, then you'll go to Zanskar. So I went till Chilling, got some geosignal here as well. And then this is the main trek route which I was showing earlier. You can actually come from Vanla area. So I showed you Hinju, right, from Vanla. So you can actually take this whole path, cross this pass, descend down again, cross a couple of passes, and then you'll reach Chilling, and then you can go inside this valley. So this is Markha Valley. It's again one of the most popular treks around Leh because it has a lot of homestays and stuff, and it has great mountains. If you lead inside Markha Valley, then you will end up in. So again, Markha Valley is very, very colorful. As you can see here, there's just tons of colorful mountains here. It leads up to the Stoke Range. So so from here you can reach the base camp of Kangyadze and Zozongo. These are again two popular mountaineering routes. And where was I? So I went to Chilling, trekked a bit here, took my scooty as far as I could, returned back, and I think then I returned back to Leh and then went the opposite side of Leh. Then yeah, so this was another valley that I entered. So this is the Shang Sumdo Valley. So I went to Shang and I think even further ahead. This is again all red mountains and stuff. Traced back, then entered this valley. So it's, I think it showed as a off route. Yeah, so this was really bad roads, but this was one of the most rewarding routes I've been to. So I did go till Chokdo, and I think even further, just Krimo. Yeah, I did come till here, I think somewhere here. I did do a bit of trekking and stuff. So this is basically the base camp for this Kongmarula Pass. So this Kongmarula Pass further leads back to Nimaling base camp for Kangyadze. So yeah, so I explored this whole valley. It's really colorful and strikingly beautiful. So so the main crux here is that this whole red band is the main Stoke Valley that runs across parallel to the Indus Valley, and there are some incisions inside. One from Upshi, that is the main Manali Leh highway. So you'll see a lot of colors here easily if you want to see. Then there's another incision in Shang Sumdo. Then there's another in Matho. So this is also something that I traced back just after this. So Matho and Matho, there's one monastery back deep inside. So that's great. And then another one is Stoke, and then from here you can do the whole Stoke Kangri base camp trek. You can reach Stoke Kangri from here. Also you can do Stokla to reach Rumbak and Jingchen. So that is another incision. So from Fei you go inside. So this will lead you to Jingchen and Rumbak, and between these two is the Stokla Pass. So this is Stokla. The Stokla is also something I climbed in March of 2022. Yeah, so that pretty much summarizes this whole area, and I think I explored almost every valley here. Yeah.